Hello and welcome to episode 17 of Ghost Gal's podcast. I'm Ghost, also known as Sarah. Just a quick reminder, this is pre-recorded on January 20th. So once you see this, some of these projects will be done. That will be a lot less, as more things will be on looms, on hooks, and things will get rocking and a-rolling. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So I haven't really podcast this month. I've been mostly just working on getting projects done so I can get more projects going. And I actually have somewhat of an FO. I know, amazing, right? So yeah, we have somewhat of an FO, which is awesome. I've got some projects, that were intended to be something else, but they kind of got ripped apart and put onto and done other things with because they got a little difficult to work with. Hate when that happens, but it happens. So yeah. And if people have been hanging around for a while, like let's say Discord this time last year, because I have now been loom knitting for over a year. I picked up loom knitting just at the end of December last year. So I've been loom knitting just over a year now, which for me is pretty awesome. Of course, I've got projects that haven't really been worked on per se because they're in storage right now because I have so many projects going. I know I told myself I wasn't going to take on too many new projects, but I've taken on a few new ones, like, recently. But I'm not doing really a whole lot of major going out, buying new yarn to make projects. I'm not doing that this year. At least not till summer. By then, I should have a good portion of my yarn worked out. I think March and April. Yeah. March and April will be my 2 months of. During that time, I don't have my car insurance payment. So I can go and buy more yarn during that time. I have a lot of gift cards I'm going to be using with those yarns. And I have $100 and I have an extra $100 also to go with whatever I go with. So let's kind of get on with it. So on the first, and over on the side of my computer, I have a program called Sticky Notes up. So if you see me looking over that way, it's because I have little notes I want to actually remember to talk about. So we're gonna start with plan projects for this year. So actually, this was one of my planned projects for the year. Yeah, that did not happen. I did learn a new stitch because of this. This is the V-stitch. I did learn that. But I do plan on doing this. I am going to use the same size yarn. Probably just a different brunette. Because, yeah. This one. So, this is the yarn. You can guess what happened based on, since this is a crochet pattern and this is on the loom. Yeah. So with this one, so this is gonna be my live stream project for the winter. I will probably have another live stream project set up for summer, and then when I get back to fall, I'll probably have another blanket or something set up. So this is my winter live stream project. probably go into summer a little because this is going to be a panel one. It looks like I'm going to have another 11 inches of shrinkage again. It looks like this loom is just going to be shrinkage, left, right, and center. I'm fine with that. With this particular, I'm fine with shrinkage. I'm fine with the amount of shrinkage I get on this loom when I'm using balls, individual balls, instead of, I got one big ball, instead of two ball, I got big balls from Mystery Bag, which, don't get me wrong, it was a good investment. But they are just a little bitty bit of an annoyance trying to actually get said balls made into blankets. I'll show that later. It's kind of an FO. Kinda. As in, but that'll be for later. So this is my stream blanket. So as you can tell, this is like a lot of different yarns in one. We got the classic brunette down here, this teal. Then we got a brown regular yarn. Then we got this one right here is homespun, and this one is a fuzzy one. And yeah, colors aren't doing it. My camera's not doing it justice. I know it's all a bit washed out. It's 10:40 a.m. because I got up early today for papers and I still have some more things to do. That includes a live stream, and again, by the time you guys see this, this live stream will already have happened. Some of you might be there, some of you won't, all depends. So yeah. This, don't get me wrong, I do love working with it on a loom. So what happened was, I got to, so this stuff, with the way I crochet, this yarn and me did not agree whatsoever. I started with the 8mm hook like they said. I did the foundation chain and I started doing the V-stitch, which is double crochet, chain one, double crochet, all in the same little area, all in the same chain or space. So I started doing that like it asked. Yeah. It's like, okay, that one's a little rough. So I tore apart. Don't worry, I wasn't that far in, I think. Yeah, I wasn't that far in on that one. I was literally only maybe, well, one of the main reasons is, shoot, I don't have a join available, is because of the joins. Yeah, I don't have a join. So because of the way they did the joins, they basically took and wound them around and then sewed them together. So then I redid everything, did it on this hook. Everything was going well. It was going a little smoother until I reached this one, until I reached the homespun right here. I went up to my biggest hook, which is a 10mm, and oh yeah, you might see Peanut Gallery coming in and out, or hear her. When I review the footage, I'll see. But you'll see her. Hey, Peanut Gallery. What you doing? So, when I got up, so finally I got up to this. I could barely work the homespun. Barely. It's like, yep. So, that got torn apart and got put on the loom. And as you can guess by how much I've done on it already, outside of stream, the loom's a winner for this one. So I'll just have, so it'll be fun to piece together, but there's always that. So this will be a fun piece together, that I know. So that's coming, so that's going to be stream. So that's going to be my winter stream project. And also I'm hoping to get these videos up for the beginning of February, because looks like it's going to be looks like by the end of the month it's going to be safe to upload, and things aren't going to be so much insanity as they are. There is a lot going on YouTube. Most everyone I watch is safe because they are all geared more towards older teens and adults like I am. So, just going to be awesome. So, this is going to get done on stream. Okay. So, and this been almost all my planned projects for winter and spring. Some of these aren't going to get touched until spring because I have other stuff to get done first before I can get those done. And yes, do not mind all the crazy light changes. It's just going to happen because of lighting issues, and I'm doing this so early. Itchy nose. And because I'm doing this so early in the morning, the sun's like right about that area, as you can tell. So, and it also snowed yesterday, so it's a little more backlit today than if I had waited till, let's say, early afternoon. But I have stuff I want to get done and a couple of things I need to buy at the store. So, now, okay, so I've talked about that. So some things have happened since the last time you guys saw me, which would have been back in December at some point in time. So I've added, so anyone that's in the Discord or on the Reddit already knows that I had a bunch of yarns I had to use up. Oh, itchy nose. So I had a bunch of yarns to use up, which I did, believe me. I did. And I found this one. This was another yarn I had that I was going to use for face cloths, which first one's mine because I needed one more. Because I have 3 washcloths, 2 face cloths. Do the math. So, yeah. So, I'm also, by the time you see this, all the hats and everything will be re-uploaded onto the store because at my time with Michael's, I haven't really been doing my store. I haven't been keeping up with my store and stuff. Now, I have a lot of dishcloths right now, like a lot, and I have more upstairs that I don't really have room for. So I'm going to go through them all and decide which ones, all the new ones, not the used ones. The used ones we'll keep because we've already used them and they're more than enough for us. So I won't be buying a whole lot of cotton this year unless I really see a lot of cottons I like. Or I might buy a lot and just, I'll probably do a lot, and probably by this time again next year, I'll probably have to bundle them up. So I'm thinking of doing 2 packs for $7. I'm actually going to run this by my Discord and see what people think. Itchy nose. Yeah, I'm either going to do 2 packs for $7 or 2 for $5. I'm thinking maybe 2 for $5, $2.50 each, because that will literally, one, cover the cost of the yarn, and actually that will cover the cost dramatically, because but I gotta do some more research on that. So I'll be researching that. Oh, that's off the list. Next is books. So I recently bought Crocheting for Dummies. And if you're wondering why I bought this, so I went to Barnes and Nobles with Mom, and I was like, okay, I know I want a crocheting book because there's techniques I want to learn. There's other things that I want to learn how to do. So I got this because it was basically, it's like, oh, so there was another crochet learning book, but I started reading it and it's like, this is gibberish to me. I can't process this. So then I saw the Crocheting for Dummies. I was like, okay, let's take a, and I started flipping through it and reading some of the paragraphs. Like, oh, perfect. This works perfectly for me. And as you can tell, and plus it has some really useful charts in it that are going to come in handy. So as you can tell by these, I'm having fun. Okay, next on the list. Oh, found the runaway yarn bowl. Okay, so this has grown a bit since the last time I showed it, like quite a bit. So I'm trying to get this off the loom so I can get that blue and gray yarn on here. So I can get, and don't mind any extra voices, just Dad and my grandfather. Can't do much about them. So this I am loving the pattern on. I am loving it. And the best part is this is actually going to go with one of my hats beautifully, because my hat is, it's like this color and these two colors, a little bit of this. I actually am missing that hat at the moment. I saw it a week ago. I don't know where it went. So missing hats is a normal thing for me. So don't feel discouraged. Let's see. Okay, good. I left the crochet hook back there. So that's
Go ahead, Don. Nice day up there. Nice day.
so that's kind of it for my little scarf side projects. The other ones really haven't had a whole. I mean, this one, I think the last time I showed this, was I on the purple bit or did I get to this pink bit? So this one, it's moving along. This is one of my mind list. Like literally, if I want to take it to a movie theater, as long as I can see where the heck I am and make sure I'm putting my hook in this stitch right there when I go around, it's perfectly fine. Keep it nice and straight. So yeah. I do have another carrot cake. I am not going to crochet it. That will go on a loom. Just because of, it takes a while to crochet this. I mean, yeah. If I really put my mind to it, I could have it done in a week. Tops. I'll give myself a week, so. I got a few more projects back there. Some Some are going to get ripped apart and thrown on a loom. Another's going to ripped apart to be ball wound and then thrown, and then I'm going to crochet away on that. So, okay. Plan projects for this year. Well, I don't have too many planned projects, really. I've got the 2 shawls, my shawl and Mom's. Yes, Mom's getting another shawl. I got a scrap blanket that I'm going to use the V-stitch on because I just went through my yarns trying to find the second ball for my shawl because I had no clue where that was. And yeah, it's a little bit of insanity. It's like, okay, I've got yarns here that I'm not planning on using in projects, so I think I'll ball. So I'm definitely going to get a scale. I might see if I can get one through Hirschner's. If not, I think I can get one through Knit Picks. So definitely gonna need to see if I can get a scale. Because that scale will help me greatly. Especially when I need to wind off, like, especially if I want to do small little bits of yarn for blankets, like, say I want to do a 20 gram ball. I can wind off 20 grams easily. So, my other planned project is my blanket, which I'll show you guys in a few. This blanket, this is the start of a blanket. It's going to be a panel blanket because I'm just going to be making a bunch of panels, sewing them together. Yeah, because this is a number 3 weight yarn, which I normally don't work with. I usually work with 4 weight and 6 weight. So yeah, I mean, I am working with some number 3s for my shawls, but those I will be working with till, so I'm going to work with that basically until I find until I got a big enough amount of panels to where I can start putting things together, which I probably will do anyways. I'll probably just start sewing stuff together as we go, because why the heck not? So, as we go with that, that might end up being my summer stream project, just because that is going to be light enough to where I'm not going to be too worried about it. And I think my fall stream project might be my mom's blanket / shawl, depending on how big it ends up being. So, because that's just straight double crochet, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So you can imagine how that one's going. So yeah. Okay, I think we're just about ready to get into works in progress. Oh yeah, here's the violet. So this scarf's actually getting closer to done. I don't really not digging it out right now because it's a little buried. I can see part of it, but that's about it. So this is getting closer to done. I had started a shawl for Mom again. That's gonna get torn apart, and those will be. I got 2 of them. I got 2 the teal and 2 of the black. Those will get torn apart and thrown on looms, so I can get those done. One of each color will end up in the store whenever that will happen. How many yards are here? So this is a 10 ounce. So these are 482 yards each. So I will throw these onto, once I get, so those ones will get thrown onto these looms. I still have that one broken one, which I already know what I'm going to do with. I'm going to use this stuff right here, this cotton yarn. I have it crocheted. I'm making placemats with it. I'm just going to loom those instead, because so much easier, so much quicker. And it doesn't end up too bumpy or anything. So those are going to get, so that's going to get torn apart, going to get thrown on loom because I only need one side for what I'm doing. And away that goes. So those will get done pretty quickly now, since I'm going to about, I think we agreed we like about a 12 to 14 inch placemat. I've got to take measurements of the placemats we use on the daily, unless I have it written down in my notebook, which is, of course, buried. I got a lot of stuff I got to get caught up on. I just haven't, because 4 a.m. wake-ups, they take a toll on your management skills. And I'm also in the process of putting in all my yarns that I have currently with what project they're going with into Excel. So that's gonna be I'm going to plan accordingly for. I think that's gonna go on next. Again, by the time you all see this, most of this stuff will be done, but some stuff probably not as much. So now that I'm done yapping, I can get on to some more works in progress that are actually getting somewheres and not just sitting around doing nothing. Because I have projects that are doing that right now, sitting around doing nothing. And that's both of those project bags. This is a shawl. That's my mini loom, which is coming along. So yeah, I'll probably work on that a couple of streams also. So this is a hat I'm making for a giveaway. It's gonna be one of my giveaway hats. I'm almost positive this is not gonna be the finished product. I'm in a dangerous game of yarn chicken with this right now, because this is what I got. Not a whole lot left. I probably have, so just for a quick, there's 81 yards here. When I made the first one, I did not put a brim. I probably had a yard and a half left. So when I say a dangerous game of yarn chicken, I mean dangerous. I have even smaller ones that I'm going to be putting on my child size loom. If not, I will literally just make them into doll hats. Doll hats only, because they're going to have pom-poms. Yeah, so this is what I'm basically working on right now. It's a dangerous game of yarn chicken. Very dangerous. So yeah. This is going to be a very dangerous game. Yeah, but if I had to guess, I'd say I might have maybe 6 to 10 more yards in here, which doesn't seem like a whole, which seems like a whole lot, but believe me, it's not. So, my blanket's coming along. Last time you guys saw this, I wasn't even to this part right here. It was a bit smaller. So this is coming along nicely. I'm on the second ball of pink. I have one more ball. I have to go to 36 rows. if I feel 36 rows is not really big enough, because right now I'm on 21 rows. So as I get closer to 30, I'll decide if I want to add more rows or not. Once I get to 36, I'll definitely be deciding if I want to add, if I just want to round it out to 40 rows for each color. If I do, I just have to buy, depending on stuff. So, yeah. So, and yes, I know my edges are not looking that square. Nothing that can't be hidden by a border. I made a few mistakes. This is my first one. So I'll probably go in, hide it with a border or something. But this is the first blanket this is the first one I'm making. Oh, I really don't care if I make mistakes. This is for me. And if anyone thinks I'm selfish because I always make my first project for myself, I make it for myself because if there's mistakes or goes a little wibbly wobbly, it's a learning project. I'm not going to give a learning project to someone. So that's how that goes. Yeah, but I really don't have that many projects going right now. I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 projects going. Some of them are bigger projects that are going to be that are going to take forever. This one, I mean, if I really go at it, it won't take me too long. But since I'm not really going, like I said, this, as long as I get to the second color, let's say before the end of February, I'm happy with that. And if it just takes a little longer, again, I am happy. I'm fine with that. Next year, I plan for about a year's worth of work, about a year in all for my blankets. For a bed blanket, I usually plan about a year, unless it's a really quick moving one. So, but for a bed blanket, usually about a year does just fine. So, yeah. And I think that's about all I have today. So about a half an hour altogether, which isn't too bad. Oh, actually, not all I have. So I'm also, I completely forgot. So this is going to be a hot pad. I'm just going to use up what I have left for the yarns. If it ends up being a bit smaller, it does. It still does the job. We have some smaller stuff we can use it for, so that works. So this is a hot pad I'm working on. I've already made 2 of them. This is with an 8mm hook because I don't have any extra scrubbies. Because I don't have the scrubby stuff to contend with. So like this is scrubbies I'm making. I have probably about 1 more scrubby in here. So that will get on the loom again once those are done. And these are the 2 cottons I'm working with this winter, which, as you can tell, are almost gone. So I have to get more cotton. So I'll be starting to get the spring cotton soon. Like really fun spring colors. I am still working out who I'm ordering them from, but when I do, you guys will definitely see them. So I'm gonna let this go here. I still have to make a sticky note for the podcast. So that way I know what episode it is. and what video number, because I plan on doing another podcast probably later. So I plan on doing a couple other podcasty things eventually. Again, these are just works. No guarantee they're going to happen. So, until next time, happy crocheting, happy knitting, happy crafting.